Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session based on themes of wonder, joy, and happiness. And a lot of what I do tends to be focused on a problem. That's the nature of people seeking out a therapist. They want something undesirable to be different. And every now and then I get to work with clients that generally their life is pretty good. Their mental health is in a good place. Life is as they want it to be. But they have this growth mindset that they're looking for even more positive emotions. And this particular client wanted their resting state, their default mood, to be full of wonder, joy, and happiness. Now, the fact that that was their goal, I think, shows how far ahead they are the most. There are so many people out there in the world medicating themselves with kind of drink, drugs, and food just to get through the day or the week. And every now and then there are people out there that they're in a pretty good place, but they want to feel even better. So I thought I would introduce this session by giving it that context. Otherwise, it just seems like positive psychology and positive thinking. When it's linked to a particular person, I think it makes it more real, more visceral, and more attainable. And I think there's a lot of people that thrive in this kind of cynicism that actually, you have to do a lot to feel joy, that joy is fleeting and happiness is rare, and that the default is drudgery and misery for most. And also, I don't know where you live in the world, but here in England, a lot of the time, if you were just smiling most of the time, or if you were in a constant state of joy, there are a lot of people that would assume there is something wrong with you. And when you see people in a real state of joy, it's normally because something rare has happened. A particular football team has won a tournament, or there is a national celebration or a holiday, or they're under the influence of alcohol or drugs. A lot of the time people are looking for attribution to justify joy and happiness. So to just witness that in someone can be quite unnerving for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't feel that way. And what this hypnosis session aims to do is to make joy and happiness more accessible through the process of wonder. And wonder can be a state, but it can also be a process. So you can wonder about something, to think, to reflect, to explore. Wonder is 2/3 of the word wonderful. So if you're full of wonder, that is a wonderful feeling. So there's many different things happening here. There's also the introduction of the spiritual concept of nirvana. For regular listeners of the show, you will know that I'm an atheist. I'm not religious. I don't believe in things like heaven and Valhalla and things like that. But I like the concepts. And part of the concept of nirvana is it's a paradise of bliss and happiness. And it alludes to wonder as well, that it's a magical place. It's a utopia. And what I like about this is that as I introduce this kind of staircase to nirvana, what comes up for you listening to this may be very different from anyone else, because your mind has an idea of what happiness, bliss, and paradise will be like, and that's where it can take you, or just the essence of that. It also involves acronyms, which I think are really good mnemonics to be able to access resource states. So there's a few strange and wonderful things happening in this hypnosis session. It's not designed to fix a problem, any kind of anxiety. It's just to have you feeling good and not needing any particular reason to do it. So find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and really enjoy this session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of stress, worry, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body in that outward breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And allow yourself to just slow down. Breathe in a wonderful sense of wonder on that inward breath. And release anything that would impede wonder on the outward breath. Frustrations, annoyances, anger, or any impediment at all, just allow it to be released now. Decide on a color that best represents wonder. Think of an aura associated with wonder. And become aware not just of the color, but of the flow of that energy, how it moves, spirals and flows. And imagine now on your inward breath that you're breathing in that color of wonder, going in through your nostrils and feeling that wonderful feeling of wonder down into your lungs. And maybe there's a glow or a brightness to that color of wonder. And imagine your heart pumping the tiny particles of wonder to every cell in your body. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in wonder, you feel wonderful. You can't help but make the evaluation that you are a wonder. Consider yourself a wonderful miracle as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, feeling deeper and deeper relaxed. I want you to imagine standing on a beach and looking out at the ocean as if your eyes have the ability of time-lapse photography. That within seconds you could see the tides coming in and tides going out. The waves lose all of their meaning. The tides become more significant. You notice the larger spring tides. I want you to get a sense that life is about flow, flowing in and flowing out. And as you look out at the ocean, feel a sense of awe. The true feeling of awesome comes from the awe-inspiring appreciation of nature. And perhaps you could imagine seeing forests, mountains, lakes, again through these eyes of time-lapse photography. Perhaps you could imagine millennia, see ice ages turning into forests turning into deserts, mountain ranges being created, continents colliding, and feel a wonderful feeling of wonder that all of this is happening. Imagine yourself back on that beach, and imagine you have a stick in your hand and spell out the letters wonder. But instead of doing it horizontally, imagine doing it vertically. Write the letter W in the sand, followed by O, and then N, D, E, and R. But because you're writing them vertical, each letter could be the beginning of a brand new word. Allow your unconscious to be receptive to an empowering acronym, to unlock powerful resources within. And as you stare at the W, appreciate the incredible wisdom you've accumulated throughout your life. And then imagine writing the word wisdom coming off the W that starts that word of wonder. And then by the letter O, with that same stick, spell out optimism. As you start to appreciate just how optimistic you are, you believed good things about yourself and the world before you saw them to be true. You are also optimistic about a future, an impact, a legacy. You look at the W spelling wisdom, the O spelling optimism, and leave a gap next to N. Look down at D and spell out determination as you realize just how doggedly determined you've been in so many areas of your life. You appreciate that determination is only possible when you are committed to doing something important. So feel that determination growing within you. And then as you look at E, spell out the word empathy. A true humanitarian is thinking about other people. Empathy is a natural byproduct of wonder and caring. And perhaps you could think of something that you're only doing because you're thinking about the needs and the ripple effect in other people. And then as you see R, write out the word resourceful there in the sand. As you now have a wonderful acronym written in the wet sand of a beach. Wonder being spelt out vertically and seeing the words wisdom, optimism, a gap next to N, and then determination, empathy, and resourceful. As you allow yourself to become infinitely more resourceful, that your spirit of wonder invites resourcefulness. And I wonder what a resting state of happiness, joy, and wonder would look like. Some people would call it the spiritual paradise of nirvana. And you realize that is the obvious word for the letter N in wonder. And as you spell out nirvana there in the sand, I want you to imagine a staircase made of glass going from the beach into the sky, over the ocean. Imagine a bright light at the top of that staircase. And imagine walking up the staircase into what your unconscious mind considers nirvana. As you walk up the staircase into the light, find yourself in a state of joy, bliss, wonder, and happiness. And whatever you see and experience is exactly what you should experience in this paradise of nirvana. You feel happy without needing to justify why you're happy. You feel a wonderful feeling of joy and connection for no reason at all. Feel that by being in nirvana, you are charging every cell in your body with happiness, bliss, and a wonderful feeling of joy. And imagine within nirvana, there is a warm pool of water. Imagine bathing in that pool of water and feeling that it supercharges your intuition and your imagination to allow neural pathways and neurons to fire in exactly the sequence they need to create new ideas, new emotions, new beliefs, and new perspectives. And allow the wisdom within you to guide you to a place of deep wonder, where every moment is an opportunity to learn and grow. And embrace the optimism that bubbles up within you. Letting it paint your world in bright, hopeful colors. And step into that resting state of nirvana, where peace and happiness are not pursued, but simply exist within the calmness of your mind. Channel your determination into maintaining a joyful spirit, overcoming any challenges with a cheerful heart. And you can use your empathy to connect deeply with the world around you, finding joy in the happiness of others. Your wonder is a portal to infinite resourcefulness. Every resource you notice in anyone or anything becomes a possibility for you to absorb the same resource. Allow this emotional osmosis to take place, giving you access to all of the resources you've had, but also any resource that your imagination can imagine. Imagine joy as a gentle, warm light within you, naturally radiating outwards, filling every part of your being, so that happiness is your natural state, easily accessible, something you embody effortlessly. And you realize in this place of nirvana that you can trust in your inner wisdom, knowing that this trust paves the way for a powerful, intuitive understanding of how to live in happiness. And embrace the idea that with trust in yourself, you unlock the doors to experiencing life's beauty, wonder, and joy. Feel a sense of gratitude for the present moment, recognizing it as the perfect opportunity to experience the joy, happiness, and wonder all around you, if only you notice. Imagine each and every moment as a chance to witness the wonder of life. Allow that nascence to see the world with fresh eyes and a joyful heart. Joy does not need to be pursued. It flows into your experience naturally, and especially when you are open and trusting. Maybe you can think of your intuition as a compass that is guided by trust, leading you towards choices that enhance your joy and happiness. Wonder becomes your new North Star. So encourage thoughts of wonder and awe to enter your mind freely, knowing they bring with them the light of joy and the peace of happiness. With every heartbeat, feel a pulse of joy, reinforcing that happiness into your natural rhythm and state of being. And I wonder how quickly you notice the small wonders of everyday life, finding immense joy in the simple, the quiet, and the beautiful. That by trusting in the flow of life, you align more closely with experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. Feel the warm waters of wonder in nirvana, vibrating with every cell in your body to increase joy, happiness, and wonder. And feel reassured that your trust in yourself is the foundation upon which your happiness is built. Feel it being strong and enduring. Convince yourself that every situation holds the potential for joy, and it is within your power to find it. That your mind is a garden where seeds of happiness, planted by trust, grow into beautiful flowers of joy and wonder. You now have taken an idea that became a belief that could become a conviction, that your default resting state can be one of joy and happiness, naturally occurring, abundant, and fulfilling. That each day you have an opportunity to reflect on moments of joy and wonder, affirming that happiness is not only pursued, but more importantly lived and experienced daily. You replace the pursuit of happiness with the awareness of happiness, coming from trust, wisdom, wonder, and joy, that you have the ability to create your own nirvana just by noticing. Breathe in and breathe out and walk back down that glass staircase from nirvana back to the beach. See, even after the times that the acronym of wonder is still there, showing you the wisdom, the optimism, the nirvana, determination, empathy, and resourcefulness that exists within you, fueled by the infinite wonder within. It's time to leave this beach of wonder, the staircase to nirvana, and fully return to the present moment as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken realizing that wonder, joy, and happiness didn't need to be discovered or chased, just unlocked, as it was always there within. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.